I saw a physical difference. So I had multiple failed IVF rounds. Then I really upped my game with everything you're about to hear now. One of the things that stuck with me with what she said, I really want to share with you because this really changed my mindset. And straight away I went from thinking every other woman can do this, what's wrong with me, my uterus is lazy. One thing I really want to stress as well is if you have a friend that is having IVF or infertility, I know it comes from a good place, but please do not say to your friend that's struggling with infertility. And I have been so frustrated seeing so many influencers, can I say, really going to town with the stabbing of the tummy. And I'll leave you with the gender reveal. Yes, just to clarify, this was a natural conception with the help of medical treatment for sure. It's 2 lines. Oh, he's a big brother now. And a kiss.
Once we are happy with the blood test, we can start the stimulation.
Wait, you don't know this guy. That's the worst one. It's like roses in there. Still lazy.
Yeah, still lazy.
Oh, my friends are...
Smile.
Let me feel your love again. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. Be with you. Be with you.
Okay, so that was our video. I'm wearing black, so you can't see my big 6-month bump, but oh, my utility room's come open. Sorry if you can hear the washing machine. So let's just get into this because I don't want to blabber, I want it to be helpful. I am going to touch on the doctor and everything like that, and I am going to share, because I have so many questions. How many embryos did you get in the end? How many rounds? All the details. I'm going to explain that when I get to the point of the doctor. I'm going to show you which rounds failed and everything like this. Now, the first one that I'm going to start off with is a very obvious one, but trust me, it is so important, and that's why I'm starting off with this one. Vitamins and supplements. So it seems obvious because most of us take them on a daily basis anyway. Most people take them when you're pregnant. I, with my first son, took a really good brand. Like I wouldn't just take anything. I have to check some allergic to fish as well. And it was a good one. Like I was happy with it. But when I realised after the first year that this wasn't happening, I did a lot more research, and I got probably one of a good brand, like a pill that I was taking. When I then discovered, I'll get into the doctors later, but when I discovered things were a lot more serious than I thought. Like I thought I was going to Dubai for a holiday and come home with a baby, like clear my mind. Hopefully that would have helped, you know, you hear all of these things, and come home with a baby. When I realised that I actually had things wrong with me, that was when I started the research, and it still took me 6 months, no, about 4 months, 3-4 months to find the one that I actually have that is miles ahead scientifically than any other brand. I saw a physical difference. So I had multiple failed IVF rounds. Then I really upped my game with everything you're about to hear now, and I scientifically, medically saw a difference and had 1 successful round. And then obviously I got pregnant naturally. That was the end game for me, which I'll get into detail. So the vitamins that I ended up taking for 3 months, which is actually about the time it takes something to really get into your body, like 3 months of anything, that's how long it takes. A diet, that's how long it takes to have effect. So I researched all night long for weeks on end, and I come across a brand called Nature, and it was one of them finds, you know, when you're just scrolling in the middle of the night, quite literally. And luckily I had been researching collagen. because I am allergic to fish and I was trying to find a collagen that I could have. I still can't find one. And it was through that research that I found that collagen in a sachet is a lot more effective than a tablet collagen. So when I come across this Nature in a sachet, I thought, I've never seen a pregnancy supplement in a sachet. This surely works better. So already I was sold. Then I saw that they do a male and a female version. And I thought, wow, why didn't I think about that? And I had got Paris supplements, but I was kind of just winning that. It was very hard to, I'm not a nutritionist, or it was like really hard work for me. So when I saw they had them out, I thought, of course, the male needs it as well. It's 50% their baby. I read that it really focuses on the DNA. I know that the liquids formulas are a lot more active and they reach the system and the cells a lot quicker. Then I messaged them on Instagram and I said, I couldn't even wait to read it, but I messaged them saying, does your supplements include fish? Because I thought, I bet it includes fish and I can't have it. I had really good service from them and they replied saying, no, there's no fish in our supplements. So I ordered for myself and Paris. I thought they were going to taste awful. One thing that I love about the liquid sachets with Nature is that you think that the liquid sachet is going to be worse for sickness. Even with my son, when I didn't have the sickness that bad, the smell when you open the lid of a pill bottle, it can make you retch and gag. This time my sickness is so bad that I can't even open like omega-3 because it makes me gag. And then you put it in, it makes you have indigestion. I found the liquid supplements so much easier to take and they actually do taste amazing. So we started with that. And what's really special about Nature is that it's a liposome, I hope I'm saying that right. There's a whole science behind this with the liposome and how it doesn't have any binders or fillers. And I really did start looking into how many pills are full of binders, fillers, so many extra things that just hold the vitamins together, that actually most of it is a load of stuff that you don't need, whereas with this you're getting the pure vitamins. So I was really, really pleased with myself. I found this all by myself and I was really pleased with that. We both took that for 3 months and then I fell pregnant, and then there's the pregnancy. Then I switched over to the pregnancy one. So amazing. Conceiving, pregnancy, and then I think there's even an aftercare one for the mums when you've had your baby, because you still need to have all your vitamins, you're drained, you need to get yourself back together. So I was so impressed with it. Another thing that I made a mistake with, I'd signed up to the subscription without realising, and I had ordered more, so I had double come in, and I contacted them and said, oh, can you cancel one? Can you cancel the extra one I bought? And I had great service from this company from start to finish. It's actually quite a small new business. On top of the vitamins, I took CQ10, which is meant to help the quality of your eggs, so also really good for headaches, and I took omega-3 vegan. Apart from that, I didn't take anything else. I really felt confident in everything that the Nature sachet had. So my advice to you right now is to order it. This is one of the brands that I contact. I think it was the only one I contacted. And I have a discount code for you. I'll put it on the screen and in the description box. It's 25% off if you use my code. I didn't even get a discount when I was buying them. And I had them for 5 months, just paying full price. I thought it was really worth the money. So vitamins, we got that one checked. Get a good quality one. You want one that's fast acting, not full of fillers and binders. You need a really good quality one. You need one for the male partner as well. Focuses on the DNA. And I'm going to link an article for you about the brand, which really goes into detail about the science behind the brand. It will blow your mind. You'll be sold. You will buy them. So that was number 1, the vitamins, and I'll definitely be buying the aftercare one for the mummy one. And Paris is still taking the green one for the males because I had so many. I bought so many that he's still taking them. Okay, I'm talking too much. Number 2, diet. Again, a really simple one that you think is too obvious, but I'm really surprised by how many women I speak to doing IVF or not getting pregnant and they're not changing their diet at all and they're barely even taking vitamins. So it's so important. With the diet, I avoided all inflammatory foods. I ate anti-inflammatory foods because that was a real problem for me, but I think for anyone that would be really helpful. Lots of antioxidants, a variety of vegetables. And I know as this is coming out my mouth, it sounds so simple, but I have to share it because there were so many people that I spoke to that just weren't. They were saying, oh yeah, I'm eating more healthy, and I would be trying to help them, and they really weren't. Like they just put in, what is it called? Acai? It's gone out of my mind, I've got baby brain. Just pour in some chia seeds over your cereal or whatever you have in the morning. It's an antioxidant. Blueberries, anything like what you're cooking with, have a variety, a little bit of red meat. I really took that seriously, and I did that for a year. So you have to make sure that you're getting all your nutrients from your supplement and your diet. Don't need to talk about that one too much. Also stay hydrated. For fertility, it is so important, and I know it's an obvious one, but it is vital that you stay hydrated with IVF, or all of these work, by the way, for natural conception or IVF. Third one, acupuncture. I started acupuncture when the second round didn't work, or was it the third round that didn't work and I didn't get one embryo. I just heard that it was good for IVF and good for fertility. I hate acupuncture. I hate laying there with sticks in my face. Tried it, I hated it, but I was forcing myself to do it, and I came across a lady. I used to have to drive over half an hour to see her. I don't even live near her, but she did therapy. She was a specialist in fertility acupuncture and also did therapy. So I went to see her on just before my third round, and I come back and didn't get anything. But I think I just needed longer, and obviously it's not just one thing, the reason why I got pregnant, but I read scientifically that acupuncture does work. It increases the blood flow, and no matter how much I hated it, no matter how much money I spent on this on a weekly basis, I was sticking with it. What was different about her, and I think this was really important, is I had like a half-hour therapy session. Instead of her leaving me, where my mind just goes overdrive, we had like a mini therapy session. And nothing against therapy, I think it's absolutely amazing, but it's not my thing, but I was willing to do anything, whatever it takes. One of the things that stuck with me with what she said, I really want to share with you, because this really changed my mindset. Alison said to me very simply, Claire, how do you visualize your womb? Visualize your womb. Okay, visualize my womb and my uterus. What do you think about your uterus? What words come to your head? And you know what I said? Doesn't work, lazy. And she said, do you think if your uterus can hear you, how do you think it would feel? And I separated my brain from my uterus, and I thought, that's not very nice. And they say that when you say bad things about yourself, even joking, it actually has an effect on your body, and this is real, I think. And she changed my mindset. She said, well, you've got a son. It worked. Your uterus did wonders. I conceived him naturally. I had him. He's perfect. He's healthy. And I thought, yeah, do you know what? It was a miracle that I had him. He's my miracle. He's my world. And my uterus did that all by itself. No intervention at all. And straight away I went from thinking every other woman can do this, what's wrong with me, my uterus is lazy, my left ovary doesn't work. Honoré was from the right, my left one never produced anything at all in IVF, and I used to think that one doesn't work, I've got one ovary, and it doesn't work like all the other women's. That was what I used to think of, like parts of my body, and seeing her changed it. So if you ever feel like that, all these other women, it works, it doesn't for me, all of this, get it out your mind. You'll do it, your body is trying its absolute hardest, and you need to believe in it. So definitely do acupuncture. I do think it played a really important role. Number 4, exercise. I had read, again, another simple one, but I didn't exercise at all through any of my fertility. For 2 months I exercised before I became pregnant, and I only went on the Peloton. I was more active walking, and I only went on my Peloton like 2-3 times a week, but I did it consistently for 2 weeks, 2 months, and I do think it helped. So I think get more active, it helps the mindset, but generally I think it has an effect on the body, and this is another thing that I would definitely do again. Number 5, you have to get medical intervention. So try all the holistic stuff, the acupuncture. Well, it's not totally holistic acupuncture, but all the holistic stuff, do it to your heart's content, but you have to seek medical attention. I have so many friends and acquaintances that have been struggling for 3 years, and I ask them outright, have you been to a doctor? And they say no, like not even waited on the NHS, and you know, time runs out and you have to find out. I actually had an infection that was so dangerous that, pregnant or not pregnant, that was not good to have stagnated in my body. So I do think you have to be proactive. I would not have got pregnant without Dr. Zakwan. Although this was a natural conception, one thing I really want to stress as well is, if you have a friend that is having IVF or infertility, I know it comes from a good place, but please do not say to your friend that's struggling with infertility, go on holiday, you'll get pregnant. Go and get drunk, you'll get pregnant. Don't think about it, you'll get pregnant. I did all of those things. I'm not even a drinker, and I even tried that. I mean, I didn't get drunk because you can't not drink and then just get drunk. But I went on holiday. I went to my house in south of France for a month. I generally was so relaxed, nothing. None of this works for me. No matter how much you try, you cannot get it out of your head. But I am going to touch on that in the last thing. Yeah, don't say that to them. But you have to, I've lost my train of thought now, but you have to go get medical intervention. With Dr. Zakwan, just before I got pregnant, I was on hormonal treatment. So, that's what I was going to say. A lot of people say to me, oh, my friend did 5 IVFs, my friend did a failed IVF and then got pregnant straight away. That did not happen with me. I was on hormonal treatment in the month that I got pregnant, and without that my uterus wouldn't have been smaller, and it was really swollen. I couldn't get pregnant. It's linked to endometriosis. I had a limited time where it was smaller before it grew back, and without that I wouldn't, my egg, the embryo that was travelling up the fallopian tube, it never would have implanted, hence why I had chemical pregnancies, because I feel like some stage I did get pregnant, they were either not viable, where I think the vitamins come into play, which really help, or it didn't implant. So that was not the case for me. I didn't do multiple failed IVF rounds and then magically get pregnant. I was on treatment. So get medical intervention, get your, is it AMH? Get that tested. That's the first thing I say to do, get your AMH tested. Mine was really low, mine was 0.8. And people doing IVF are normally from 1, so I was really under. Like, my egg reserve was super low, so that was a revelation. I did 2 procedures. I had scraping of my uterus. I had the hormone treatment to reduce my uterus. I obviously had the 4 IVF rounds. I was being monitored by my doctor. I saw him all the time across 6-7 months. So yes, definitely do get medical intervention, please. I will not push anyone to do IVF, but just don't be scared of it. And I have been so frustrated seeing so many influencers, can I say, really going to town with the stabbing of the tummy, crying, screaming. I had a close friend of mine that booked her IVF and she cancelled it, because she just said, I'm too scared to go through with it, and she sent me the video that she watched, and I think it was a bit much. It does hurt, is not for the faint-hearted. It's mentally more struggling than anything, so do what's right for you. But for someone that can't even have my eyebrows waxed, I'm not joking, my pain threshold is so low, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. The thought of the needles in your tummy is worse than the actual pain. It's like for a second, and then it goes. I get horrendous periods, and for me that was way worse than the IVF. For me, it's the waiting and the mental state of having failed results. That for me was the worst thing. But otherwise, I found it quite a positive experience, and it definitely contributed to me to get pregnant. The last thing I want to touch on, oh God, I need to lean this way actually, sorry, excuse me. The baby doesn't like being that other way. Who's excited for the gender reveal, by the way? I'm scared. The last one is, with the doctor. Let me just summarise what happened with my IVF, because I know so many of you want to know. Went to Dubai because it was the same price as in England, but we'd get a holiday. I really felt like I was going to get pregnant, so it was going to be our last big holiday. Honore hadn't been to Dubai. It's perfect for children. I have work there. It was a no-brainer. We wanted to go in January, one of the only places that is actually hot, short flight. And then I didn't just find the doctor, I found the doctor first. So it was literally perfect setup for us. We'd researched so many doctors. I actually looked at so many in England, met so many. I had a test for an infection because I kind of felt like that was something I needed to look at, come back clear. I ended up in Dubai. They found that I had a really dangerous infection. So I'm not putting down England, but I saw 3 doctors in England and no one detected anything. They all told me I was stressed. They all told me to do yoga. I didn't get anywhere with any of them. So I'm sure there's many amazing doctors in England. I just didn't come across any. And I loved Doctors Akwan, so did my husband. We really, Dubai was just perfect for us. If I'd known that I wasn't going to get pregnant the first time and I had to go back 3 more times, maybe I would have stuck it out in England. I really thought it was going to be one holiday and that was it. So first round, nothing. We got one embryo, and the doctor wasn't happy to, it's £3,000 by the way to test the genetics, and because of my age and the endometriosis, we wanted to do that, and he wasn't happy testing one embryo, and he suggested we come back for another round, get more embryos and test all together. So that's what we did. Second round I got absolutely nothing. Tested the first one, I can't even remember the details, but then we tested the first one and that was non-viable, that had chromosome issues. Come back, basically overall we had 3 completely failed ones. I only managed 2 embryos, so one on the first and one on the third, I think. Second one, nothing, maybe the other way around. The second one was even more severely unviable. It had even more chromosome issues. So 3 non-viable IVFs, only managed 2 embryos, which most people would have implanted, but we did the genetic testing and I'm glad I did because they were not viable at all. And then on our 4th round, one round out of those 4, we got successful dual stem, or Shanghai you call it, they call it Shanghai there. So you have 1 day break from your IVF and then you start again. That was the only success we got. So I was going to come home, well, I went home, and I really needed to recover. I'd done 7 months back-to-back IVF. The last one was 1 day break. I really wanted to be strong for the implantation. Do you know what? I'm going to leave you with a video. It's a bit embarrassing because it's really personal, but imagine, I actually feel emotional thinking about it because we were sitting on this sofa, I think. No, Paris was I can't remember, but we'd had 3 failed rounds. I thought I was never going to have another child again. I was so rock bottom, and then we found out that we had this successful round, and I couldn't even talk to the doctor. I felt like I was going to faint. So let me leave you with that. I think it's just like a phone film because I wasn't even going to share it, but I'm going to share it with you. It was when we had the news that we got a successful embryo. So I'll leave that with you for a second.
I'm okay. We're very, yes. Yes, this is amazing news. Yes, wow.
So super happy about that. And the plan was I was going to go home because although I had this embryo, it wasn't going to take to the implantation. So I needed to go on hormone treatment and hope and pray that the lining was reduced so that it would implant. And I wanted to recover. I wanted to take my vitamins, diet, like healthy diet, and I really wanted to get strong for that implantation. During those 2 months, and I'm going to go on to the mindset now, the first month I was in my house in south of France, which is where I'm most peaceful and stress-free. Of course I was trying naturally. I knew I was getting tested with an obstetrician there in France, and my lining was the best it looked in a year. The hormones were working, so I came off the hormones, which were also making me feel so unwell, and I started trying naturally. And I thought, if I'm ever going to get pregnant, it's going to be now. Yes, I had the embryos in Dubai to implant, but one, it's not a guarantee that it was going to work, and 2, if I can get pregnant naturally now, it's the best option, because then by the time my period comes and I go back to Dubai, the lining might have grown thick and I've wasted my chance. So of course I was trying. When I didn't fall pregnant then, it really made me think, well, if my lining is perfect and I can't actually get pregnant, how is the implantation from Dubai, from IVF, going to work? And that was when I hit absolute rock bottom. And they say when you hit rock bottom, the only way to come up, that's the only way to come up. And that's what happened to me. And I started to really accept that I wasn't going to have another child, and I was really grateful for mine that I had. And you can't force what I'm about to tell you, but for 2 years I was trying to accept everything and go with the flow. It's not possible. So I remember being in the shower. You can speak to the universe, whatever religion you are. For me, I always speak to God, and I said, do you know what? I accept what's happened. You've given me a beautiful, healthy boy that I couldn't ask for a better dream child. If that's all I have, not all I have, but if that is what we're meant to have, then I accept it, and I thank you so much for allowing me to be a mummy, because not everyone gets that. And I really meant it, and I said, whatever happens here on and out, I leave in your hands, and I accept. And I felt free of everything, because I knew I had done this pen. I knew I'd done everything the last 2 years. I couldn't possibly do anything else. The research of the best vitamins I could find on earth, exercising, treatments, I was doing everything. I even took on half the work. I prioritised. I stopped my renovations in France. It was a year behind. Everything was, this fertility was all my priority. And then 2 weeks later, I fell pregnant. At home, it was about 3 weeks before I was going to go to Dubai, and I fell pregnant. So yeah, I don't want to talk about this anymore, because I feel like it's probably already an hour long, but I feel like those were the most important things. I'll write in bullet points in the description box everything that I've put, along with links to everything that I've spoken about. But I really hope this saves you a lot of time researching, and just puts into perspective, and it helps you find the best vitamins, helps you find an acupuncturist that maybe has a bit of therapy, or maybe acupuncture and therapy. I really hope it has been helpful, but that's my story. That's how IVF went for us. I will also link my outfit below. It is, sneak peek. Can you see that? Because it's black. Don't think you can you? It's a rose loan. It's rose loan. Nice little maxi skirt. Look at that bump. What do you think it is, boy or girl? I was really happy to have another brother, and I think that when you're a boy mum or a girl mum, I think you naturally expect that same gender. We had I won't tell you anymore, but basically we don't have a name, because we had one name for the other gender that we thought we was going to get, and we didn't get, it wasn't that gender, and we actually still do not have a name. So once you know the gender, please leave me name ideas, because we do not have a name. We're very shocked, and I need help with a name, basically. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll leave you with the gender reveal. So I don't want to go over myself talking too much, but I'll leave everything in the description box with all the links, all the information. Please don't hesitate to ask me anything. Of course, we'll be sharing the rest of our journey on Instagram and in other vlogs. And I'll leave you with the gender reveal. So it feels so surreal to me that I'm even pregnant. Honestly, it feels so surreal to me. And I'm having such a hard pregnancy. And every day I just think, Claire, you wanted this more than anything. You can do it. You can do it. And it gets me through with it. I'm sitting here with cabbage in my bra because I have a breast abscess. Like, I've literally had everything, you name it. I didn't even know you could get that pregnant. I thought it was for breastfeeding only. But, you know, I wanted this more than anything, so I can take it. That was another deal I made with God. I said, give me any bad pregnancy. Just give me any pregnancy. So, yes, just to clarify, this was a natural conception with the help of medical treatment, for sure, with hormones. I was in the thick of hormones when I ended up falling pregnant, and it is an absolute miracle that we went through all of them rounds and did all what we did and had a natural conception. So I leave you with the gender reveal, and thank you so much for watching.
Without you, there is no tomorrow.
So it is a girl. Still feels so weird saying that. We forgot to film it horizontal, so sorry it was vertical. I got changed because we've been so busy today and I put the black set on. This is actually Blue Sloan, and this is Blue Sloan as well. I'm clearly still in my boy mum era. The baby blue is my favourite colour. So these I made especially for the gender reveal and just like something special. You can see here it's Blue Sloan. And I was going to have Honoré Bear embroidered here, but I don't have a girl's name. So I just wanted to do a duster in baby blue, one for Honoré, one for the girl, no name. Please help me with the names. We only had a boy's name and we were so certain we were just gonna have another boy. I don't know why. We love the boy's name and no girl's name. So yes, back to these. We just were gonna do one of these as one off, but I fell in love with them and I think you're gonna love them too. So I'm thinking of launching them because it's the perfect, it's French wool, the perfect powder blue. The pink is the most muted, beautiful pink. It's like Rose Sakura, identical to Rose Sakura, a bit more muted. So that's my outfit. A nice cotton set, just a sneak piece that I'll show you more of. Now I'm going to see my obstetrician because this has been the hardest pregnancy ever. I have 100 different problems. Just a girl. I don't know what else to say. Okay, that's it. Bye. So I just announced the gender video that you made. I have to sit back.
Oh, you just announced the gender?
Yeah.
Oh, so you said we're having a second boy.
So I just thought I'd get you in. Just what is your rundown of just a quick summarise of like the 2-year journey?
Well, it was intense, wasn't it?
Mhm.
But then, like, everything happens for a reason. You got better. All happened naturally, and we had fun in Dubai.
And this whole video is about what I did to get pregnant. So is there anything you noticed?
Well, you tried a lot of different things, haven't you?
Yeah. Anything that stood out for
From
you?
how do you call it? Wives' tales?
Oh yeah, I did everything.
Old wives' tales, like mixing lemon with salt on your head or whatever you do. I don't know. Like proper like scientifically backed
is there anything
research stuff. You've done it. We've
what
done them all,
what
haven't you?
the nature vitamins?
I did the vitamins as well.
Yeah, that was
Did you
the-
say that?
Yeah, I only touched on it, but that was.
Because you never know if it comes from the man or the woman.
I know. Yeah, that really made me think about that. Is there? That was the only thing I made you do, wasn't it? That you had to start taking vitamins.
Yeah.
Did I make you do anything
Well, I still
else?
take them because they're actually tasty.
Yeah, I know. I said you take them still. You did a bit more exercise. You didn't drink any alcohol, did you?
No, in Dubai it wasn't like the kind of atmosphere anyway for drinking, but I didn't.
That's it, right? So, what do you think about having a girl? I feel so weird saying it.
It only kicked in. Did you say about the room?
No.
Can I say?
Next week will be the nursery reveal, so we won't say what colour it is, but it's girly.
So the nursery is very girly. It's not until like that was all
Same.
set up that it kind of kicked in that it's not going to be the same as with Ani. Because if Ani was just having a brother, they'll be just playing with the same toys.
Do you know,
like
I
the
actually
same
had,
stuff.
so Honoré's got grey wood panelling, and I love baby blue, it's my favourite colour, and like even some stuff for the baby, I've still picked baby blue more than I have pink. I wanted, how do you say it?
Toile de jouer.
I wanted that wallpaper in baby blue. Like I had the nursery set, we had our name set, we don't have a girl's name. I'm not going to tell you the boy's name that we have because we cannot think of a girl's name, so we're thinking about twisting that to a girl's name, aren't we?
Yeah, because we had a boy's name, because we thought it was going to be a boy. I was convinced it was a boy, it was not even an option, it was going to be a girl.
Yeah.
I don't know why though. But I was convinced.
I think it's natural. I spoke to a lot of people, once you've had a boy, once you've had a girl.
I think you're having another one.
Yeah,
like when he wanted a brother, he kept saying he wanted a brother.
Yeah, he kept saying to the doctor, no girls.
My sister has 2 boys. I was like, we were going to have 2 boys. And,
so we're still very shocked, but also it just wasn't important. We just wanted to get like to the safe zone of the pregnancy, which I still feel is 33 weeks. But yeah, I can't imagine us with a girl at all.
Yeah. Well, someone's calling me.
Okay, well that's the end of the video. Say bye. That's the school, isn't it?
Yeah, the school. Bye. Hello.
So I'll leave everything in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.